Tulsa looks good on you. Your one-stop resource for all things Tulsa. Well, hey there, it's Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group, Keller Williams Realty, and Tulsa looks good on you, and it looks really great on my friend Carrie Little. And Carrie, you have some good stuff to share with us about all the good stuff you do over there at the Children's Advocacy Center of Oklahoma. So, as the executive director, I know that you know how to pitch and promote your amazing organization because you care so much about it, and I can't wait for others to hear. So, Carrie, take it away. What do y'all do?
Thank you, Jenny, so much for having me. And hello, everybody. As Jenny said, I'm Carrie Little. I'm the Executive Director of Children's Advocacy Centers of Oklahoma. We're a private nonprofit membership organization. So, what we do is support all the children's advocacy centers across the entire state of Oklahoma. And then we work with communities that don't have children's advocacy centers to develop one. And so, essentially, what a children's advocacy center is it's a direct service provider to children who are involved in child abuse investigations. So to give you a little bit of scope of that, for DHS alone, and we work with DHS and law enforcement, so this isn't law enforcement numbers, it's just DHS, the Department of Human Services, Child Welfare Division, investigated almost 95,000 child abuse allegations in Oklahoma in 2023. Substantiated means that the cases were confirmed. So there were a little under 14,000 substantiated cases of child abuse and neglect across the state. And what our centers do is we try and mitigate the trauma for the child having to go through that investigation. So they've already been through a trauma, and we're helping law enforcement, child welfare, and prosecutors, mental health providers, and medical providers to wrap services around kids. So when they find themselves in an investigation, they can get the help that they need. And so, what we do at our center is we provide sustaining programs for those professionals working within the field. So, my organization works with all of those folks all across the state who are trying to help keep kids safe every day.
Well, Carrie, this is not a happy subject. So how do you get up every day and keep going while others are struggling so much, and then like spreading the word and making sure that we can all help you on this mission?
Yeah, really what we'd like to do is work ourselves out of a job, right? Like we want all kids to be safe and healthy and happy. And we want them to grow up to lead safe and happy lives. And so what sustains me in this work is the knowledge that every day I'm helping professionals who are expert in what they do and who have a heart for what they do to stay in this work. And so we provide, among other things, mental health services for professionals working in the field because we turn over a lot of folks. This is probably the hardest job, like to your point, in the world is working in the child welfare space. You're seeing all kinds of things that then you can't unsee. So one thing that helps me stay going is the fact that I know every day we're providing services that sustain people in this work because you can stay in this field for a long time, like I have. I've been doing this over 20 years. If you take care of yourself, I think that's the biggest thing that I kind of quote unquote preach all the time is you got to take care of yourself. And we help people do that.
So that sounds like if you're teaching and sharing with people how to take care of themselves, because then they have the important task and career of helping those going through all this. I mean, what are we typically seeing with to have 95,000 confirmed cases? Like, how do we get that down? And is this what all states go through, or are we just special in Oklahoma?
Really good. That's a really good question. So just to confirm, there's almost 95,000 allegations that
Okay. Okay.
professionals are, and there are about 14,000 substantiated
Got it.
cases.
Got it.
80% of those substantiated cases are neglect in Oklahoma. And there's all kinds of ways to define neglect. What our centers are seeing, we see just a fraction of those. So our centers saw about 8,000, between 8 and 9,000 kids last year across the state. They're working with those most awful child abuse cases, physical abuse, sexual abuse, that kind of thing. But to get our numbers down, I think knowing that like that's a fraction of those really heinous cases, when you're thinking about 80% of folks in neglect situations, often that's not their fault. Like they don't have the resources and the support they need. So to answer your question, I think people really digging into the needs of their community, learning how, and I know you do this, Jenny, this is one thing I love about you, is you learn about the needs of your community and then you find active ways to help, whether that be giving people, donating to agencies who provide resource stuff for families, like paying for their electric bill when they can't do that, working with homeless organizations to help get people housed and get what they need, because kids are in that homeless category too. I think that's a way that the community can really wrap support around each other, is notice, care for one another, give people help when they need it. And we've all been there. I've needed help in my life before. From a non-judgmental space, what we're talking about is really providing that support for kids at a basic level.
Wow, thank you for sharing all of this and enlightening us on. I mean, that just is the right thing. And what I love most about Tulsa is our philanthropic culture, where we are a lot of givers. And so, what would you say to those who get to watch this? How can we best give? How can we best raise awareness and help our neighbors when it comes to this topic?
So for Children's Advocacy Center specific, you can go to our website anytime, and that's www.cac for Children's Advocacy Center, OK.com. So www.cacok.com. On our website, you can find all kinds of resources about recognizing and reporting child abuse and neglect. You can also find a directory of all of the centers listed across the state of Oklahoma and contact information for them. So you can support us directly in our mission by giving to us directly from our website, but you can also support your local Children's Advocacy Center by just acknowledging what they do in the community. Go visit them, take a tour, donate to them, volunteer with them. We all need your support, and we can help kids with your support.
Well, thank you for raising the awareness that we can spread the word. And is there anything final that I didn't ask you that is really important that you share?
I think one of my most favorite things that we do with our centers across the state is also provide an avenue of getting outcomes for our work. And we've tied children's advocacy centers directly to Hope Science. What we're doing is giving families hope. And you can read that full report on our website as well. We know what we do is working for kids. We know how to provide support for kids. And I'm really, really excited about the hope research that we do.
Oh, I love it. Well, Carrie, it was such a joy to see you, and I look
Thank you
forward
for
to
having me.
seeing you super soon. And of course, you guys check out all the information. We'll share links as well. And otherwise, I'll see you later.
Okay, have a good day,
Thanks.
Jennie.
Bye.